Okay, here's my first review of American Idol Season 11. I'm Paul Boris, huge Idol fan. So they're in Savannah, Georgia at episode 1 for the auditions, and one particular contestant caught my eye. Her name was Shannon McGrain, seemed like a nice enough kid, she got through to Hollywood, but she mentioned that her father had pitched in the World Series. Oh, really? Well, it turns out Dad is Joe McGrain, and it was the 1987 World Series. Funny thing that. Joe, who won that game? I forget. Oh, that's right, it was Twins super stud Frank the Stash Viola. Oh, what's that? Well, yes, the Twins did win that World Series. Thanks for asking. What? Oh, the score of the game you pitched. Well, you lost 10-1, but you probably wanted to forget that. So I can see why you'd want your daughter to audition for Idol, you know, to try to wash the stench of failure off you and your family. Just so they could have, you know, a little joy in their life. Joy that, you know, you denied them by your embarrassing performance in games 1 and 7. You also pitched versus Frank in the second game. You know, the one that clinched the title for the Twins? Remember that one too, yeah? Well, thankfully, your manager spared you the pity of taking the loss and yanked you before the 5th inning. Your life was basically over at age 22 and you had to... No, you got to watch the Minnesota Twins win their first World Series. So then, it's living vicariously through your daughter, huh? What's her name? Shannon? Well, hopefully the failure gene is recessive for her sake. More heartache and pain at the hands of the vicious American Idol sausage grinder can't be healthy for your family. Alright, well, good luck, Shannon. Hopefully you can avenge your father's disgrace, and that his getting to meet Steven Tyler, you know, made up for just a little bit of the sunshine denied to him, you know, since the late... What? The St. Louis Cardinals are the reigning champions and have won more series than any other team except the Yankees? Yeah, so what? It doesn't change the fact that the Minnesota Twins personally stepped on Joe McGrain's neck in 1987. Yeah, I know the Twins haven't even made it to the World Series since 1991, and it's a friggin' disgrace. I mean, they're almost contracted at the turn of the millennium because Bud Selig's a jerk and Carl Pohlad is a money-grubbing dillweed. God rest his soul. I mean, it's just not fair. It's like God hates Minnesota professional sports teams if we aren't flat-out sucking or choking. Twins, Vikings, Timberwolves, Wild, North Stars before that. No, I know the Minnesota Lynx are the reigning WNBA champion, but that's not the same. No, it isn't. I don't care if it's, you know, the pinnacle of women's basketball or how many hundreds of people might have seen that game on TV. Fine then, call me sexist. I guess that's in my blood as a Minnesota sports fan too, because Kirby Puckett was my hero, and now he's a sexual predator. Allegedly. God rest his soul. You know what? I don't even care. Good luck to Shannon McGrain. At least seeing Joe on TV reminded me that it wasn't abject torture to be a Minnesota sports fan in one small window of time. Joe Mauer! Actually, this is good. Idol shows you that someone's dreams can come true after thinking they were destined to haul 40-pound bags of crap working in a garden center until they were 80 and until God pitied them enough to end it all with a fatal stroke in aisle 6. Justin Morneau. Seriously, God has a twisted sense of humor. I moved to Sacramento, and literally the next year the San Francisco Giants win the whole freaking thing. Thanks. No, thanks for that. Carl Pavano. So yeah, American Idol. Can't wait for next week's auditions. You know, maybe Morton Anderson has a daughter who'll kick the game-winning field goal in overtime to knock the Vikings out of the NFC Championship in 1998. Francisco Liriano. I think we're done here.